Welcome to Coaching with Confidence and Care podcast, inspired by common topics that arise in coach training, mentoring, and supervision. I'm Dr. Lubidia Samidze, the founder of Upthink Coaching. I'm an active coach trainer, mentor, and supervisor. If you're listening, you're probably looking to deepen your skills as a coach. I hope this podcast will be a helpful resource for you and contributes to your journey. As we approach the end of the year, in this episode of Coaching with Confidence and Care, I want to invite you to slow down with me and think about this year, not only your work, but also yourself. I think you'll agree with me that being a coach isn't just about techniques or frameworks. It's not about how well we can ask the perfect question or co-create an action plan. Sure, we do all of those, but the most powerful tool we have isn't something we learned in a workshop or found in a book. It's us, who we are, how we show up, the energy, the presence, and the humanity we bring into every session. This year, you've been using yourself as a tool, whether you realize it or not. You are a powerful element in all of those sessions you have delivered. Your presence, your ability to sit with discomfort, your capacity to hold space for another person without judgment or the need to fix. It all comes from the way you are shaped by your own experiences. That's what makes your coaching unique. But here's the thing, tools need care. Imagine an artist who never cleans their brushes. It's the same with us. Reflective practice is not a chore, but it's how we tend to ourselves. It's how we notice the rough edges, our gifts, and the parts of us that need attention. Here's what I love about reflection. It connects the dots. It turns random moments into a story, a pattern, and eventually a lesson. Maybe you discovered a part of yourself you didn't know was there. It could be something about your patience, courage, curiosity, or something else that made a difference. Together, let's take a moment to think about this year. The reflection isn't just about looking back, but it's about looking in and looking forward. I've prepared something for you today. I want to share my December practice, an advent calendar of reflection. It's not filled with chocolates or tiny trinkets. Well, we have those too, but this one's different. Imagine each day holds a little door, and behind each door is an invitation for reflection about you, your being as a coach, and a human. To me, it's a playful and meaningful way to reflect on my year's journey. So, for this episode, I picked a few of my favorite doors in my advent calendar for this year, and I'd like to share them with you just in case you want to engage in this reflection. There will be 5 of them, and I'll also share my own ideas about why these questions were meaningful to me personally. So my invitation to you would be to add some breadth to this practice. You don't have to limit yourself to just your professional role as a coach. You can also reflect on your personal life, what makes you you outside of work. If you need, then take a moment to hit the pause button after each invitation and think about this, or even take some notes, depending on your learning style. So the first door is about an unexpected gift. It says, recall a surprising moment, a new opportunity, or unplanned success that brought you joy. I think remembering those joyful moments reminds us that coaching is full of surprises too. And if we are able to get genuinely surprised in our real life, we can also transfer this attitude to coaching, and we'll be more open to unexpected insights, which can lead to breakthroughs for our clients. Even some moments that don't go well, some moments where you don't feel right. Even those moments can be seen as gifts and invitations for learning. The next question is about snowball moments. Reflect on a small shift, a mindset change, or a tweak in your approach that snowballed into significant impact. Well, I love the question because it reminds me about the power of small wins. There is a saying that discipline beats talent, and I've personally experienced that quite a few times in my life, engaging in things that I had no natural gift for and achieving the results that were meaningful to me personally just because I kept going. Sometimes greater results take time that may be longer than we expect, especially if we talk about a big transformation. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that you're stagnating. You're moving forward. So small steps and small changes will lead to big results. Reflecting on those tiny shifts helps you recognize that every little step counts, both in your life and your coaching work. At the same time, it helps us cultivate patience and hopefulness. And these are wonderful qualities that we often need for coaching. My third most favorite question from this advent calendar was about wonder. It's kind of similar to the first one, but not exactly the same. So it goes, how have you kept your sense of wonder and curiosity alive this year? To me, it's a skill I'm always trying to cultivate. I do a lot of work with clients in different capacities, and I engage in a lot of self-reflection and learning. So with all that, it's important for me to look with fresh eyes, stay curious, and make a sense of wonder part of my mindset to ensure I can naturally embody that. My best teachers are definitely my children. They're still young, and yes, they do get surprised by things that are so familiar to us adults. Every time I see them excited when they learn something new, especially if it's something that I've already seen many times myself, I intentionally bring myself to join them in feeling this emotion, really feeling what it's like to experience the wonder that they're feeling. My next favorite question was about the legacy. It goes, reflect on the impact you hope to leave, not just professionally, but as a human being. How has this informed your choices this year? I like the question because it invites me to go back to the bigger picture. I know that life can be busy and it's full of events, right? But when we just do whatever each day calls us to do without having a bigger picture or a North Star, it's easy to get stuck on a hamster wheel. So this question helps me align my actions with my values and greater priorities, and it reminds me to be more intentional in my choices. The last of my favorite reflection invitations that I want to share with you today is recall a time when a coaching session left you deeply moved. What did it reveal about the connection between your heart and your work? Well, here I invite you to pause the podcast if you wish and take your time to reflect on this. The more I coach, the more significant it becomes for me to see how I, as a person, show up in my work and how my being of a coach helps my clients grow. Not through what I do, but through how I am with myself and with them. To me, reflecting on those moments helps me align with my values again, what I love about coaching, and what my focus should be. There are many things that I love to do in this area. I engage in a lot of diverse work, hold many roles, and every year I try to narrow it down a little bit. Each time it's difficult because I really love every little piece of what I do. Noticing my emotional responses to different parts of my work or different client moments or the resonance that they created helps me focus more and let go of some things more easily. Maybe some of you are thinking about choosing a niche or narrowing down the scope of your work, or perhaps selecting an approach that will be your signature style. Noticing your emotional responses to the moments that make your heart sing can help you identify the most meaningful part of it, the one that speaks to your heart, and make a choice that is most aligned with your deeper self. Well, I promised to myself to make this episode short, and that's all I had in mind for today. Let me repeat all those 5 reflection invitations that I shared across the episode so that you can take your time and finish your reflections without going back and forth. So number 1, recall a surprising moment, a new opportunity or unplanned success that brought you joy. 2, reflect on a small shift, a mindset change, a tweak in your approach that snowballed into significant impact. 3, how have you kept your sense of wonder and curiosity alive this year? 4, reflect on the impact you hope to leave, not just professionally, but as a human being. How has this informed your choices this year? 5, recall a time when a coaching session left you deeply moved. What did it reveal about the connection between your heart and your work? Thank you for listening to this episode. I'd be delighted to receive your feedback about the podcast so far and ideas for other topics that are worth covering. If you'd love to share with me, you are very welcome to connect on LinkedIn or email me directly. As this is the last episode of the year, I'm wishing you a holiday season that's full of warmth, love, laughter, and cherished moments. See you next year!